disturbing news, General. The GLA has had the audacity to commandeer one of the People's Railroad lines to move its troops. It is gathering a large force in Bishkek, the sub-capital of Aldistan. Only your decisive counterattack can answer the GLA's latest offensive. The GLA are bringing troops into the area by train. We need to destroy the train bridge at the north edge of the city to stop them.
Just get me out to the middle of the bridge, and I'll do the rest.
Welcome back, General. Without a base, we're back to having to use hackers as our main source of cash. This doesn't mean that there aren't other sources on the map, but you'll probably be relying on the hackers specifically. Unfortunately, they also noticed that there was a bit of a problem with the last time we had a mission like this, aka not letting you pump the map full of hackers to get you free wealth. Honestly, it just makes this map a little bit more tedious, not really much more exciting. Did I ever mention that Black Lotus can detect hidden things?
Sir, more GLA forces have arrived by train.
Ready for orders. Yes, sir.
I'm listening.
Right away.
There's two main ways to go about this mission. You can bother with the east side of the map if you want, but nothing here is truly critical.
What is it?
If anything, going on this side of the map first allows you to sort of
I'm listening.
make the mission a bit easier for you. You'll see what I mean fairly shortly.
Defenders of peace. Chain gun upgrade is complete. Pending attention. They cannot destroy China! Enemies of the state. Yes.
I'll get through.
Ready for orders. Enemies of the state. Pending attention. They cannot destroy China.
Taking out the arms dealer kind of limits the GLA on what kind of vehicles they can field,
The People's Army.
as I don't believe they get reinforcements or any other arms dealer on the map.
Quickly. I'm listening.
I'm also kind of always deceived by
has just dropped off more
the
GLA.
explosive radius of those demo traps, so...
Need a transfer. What is it? Let's move.
Yes. Understood. The People's Army. Moving now, sir. Foreign devil. Pending attention. Defenders of peace. Enemies of the state. Defenders of peace. Pending attention.
Give me a job. Is it clear?
Yes.
Also, somehow I've forgotten about my third hacker for
That's right.
the third time now, I think.
Defenders of peace.
I don't want to say it's crucial, but you should absolutely have your hackers do things. We can see that the trickle of money that I get is so small that it really is something to bother maximizing.
I can cripple their facilities.
Yes.
Need a transfer.
Defenders of peace. Yes. Pending attention. Enemies of the state. Yes. Understood.
Give me a job.
Getting certain units like the Gatling tanks higher veterancy is also something you should try to prioritize if possible. Getting the free
Is it
repairs
clear?
continuously is pretty nice.
Yes.
Give me a job. Sure.
Thinking back on it, I probably should have had some infantry in the tower just there, but
Attack.
it's not the end of the world, I suppose.
General, a train has just dropped off more GLA troops.
Foreign devil. The People's Army. Attack. The People's Army. Pending attention.
Now, it might seem weird to target the train,
clear?
especially that one, since it doesn't seem to go anywhere else on the map. It certainly doesn't look like it's connected to anywhere else.
Need a transfer.
And at the same time, it wasn't an enemy unit, so why bother destroying it? Well, the reason is that that's actually the train that goes around the map and provides the various reinforcements at their designated stop points. Kill that one train, and you don't really have to worry about the GLA doing anything, really.
I'm listening. Let's do it.
Also, I didn't notice this until just now, but I thought I had done the Steel Cache ability. It turns out that if I right-click on the building, it just captures the building.
Resources for us.
That's nice and all, but I was hoping to steal money first, and then taking the building.
Uplink cables ready.
I will work.
Defenders of peace.
There's always
Need a
a
transfer.
I
way.
will work. I will work.
Is it
We are
clear?
the Red Guard.
What is it?
I will work.
Ready for orders.
I'll get through.
Defenders of peace.
So an arms dealer and at least 2 supply depots, supply centers, I forget what they're called on the GLA side.
Sure. I can hack into this.
Something that, at the end of the day, is a nice thing to prevent. You don't have to worry about the GLA building anything anymore. Essentially, their money's frozen, and once you take out the train, that eliminates anything they could get for free. I believe there's something about how the unit, the train itself, I think it heals between trips, but it's no longer here, so not something we need to worry about. There's also just an unfortunate portion about how you need to get Black Lotus to go a specific way. And I may or may not have been well equipped to fight this specific group of GLA tanks. I guess, more specifically, every GLA tank on the map.
We are the Red Guard.
General, angry mobs are coming out of the soccer stadium. Prepare your defenses. They're headed right for us.
Laptop.
Angry mobs are a pretty interesting unit for us to face.
Understood.
It'll be more special once we actually get to use them as the GLA side. For now, as long as you have Gatling tanks, you're kinda okay.
Yes.
Need a transfer.
You also don't trigger the armed mobs unless you get into the actual city.
I'm listening.
It took going south from that northernmost bridge to activate them, and I don't believe that there's really any triggers further up north.
What is it? Got it. Need a transfer.
Spin them up.
Yes.
What is it?
Defenders of peace.
Need a transfer.
Standing attention.
I'm listening.
The armored mobs will, like the train, respawn units every so often. There's a counter to it. It's probably about a minute, minute and a half, 2 minutes tops. And frankly, I mean, we've already seen
Understood.
what armed mobs can do against a pile of Gatling tanks. It's not too impressive. Hopefully we can just gloss over this particular war crime and just get to destroying a football stadium.
Yes. Understood.
The
Defenders of
only way to stop the mobs is to destroy the stadium first before more angry mobs attack.
Flame tanks will also help for this specific thing as well. I just didn't really have any on hand. Honestly, the only reason I have much in the way of cash is probably more because of the 2 supply stashes or whatever that I captured from the GLA than anything else. At this point, I should have really invested in flame tanks before, but I kind of sort of skipped out on them. I also, although having tank hunters, I don't really have enough, and there's no real good garrisonable territory. A better idea would probably to have had at least 2 flame tanks, have the flame tanks clear out buildings, and then use the cleared out buildings with tank hunters, because the building is now not completely wrecked. Yeah, imagine this alarm going off the entire time at regular speed. And to those who are trying to tell me about how defensible terrain, blah blah blah, buildings, yeah, it's pretty annoying when they can severely outreach your flame tank, and so it takes just that much longer to get anywhere. Once again, once the football stadium and the eastern portion of the map are destroyed, the map's kind of just solved at that point.
Temperature stable. Drown them in flames. Storage tanks zero.
Unit lost.
Release the flames. Dragon tank. Maintain a smooth ride. Let loose the...
I think this also makes a very interesting point about defensive structures, or just structures in general. The first being that a Stinger site, as the GLA have it, are particularly vulnerable because the individual rocket units inside the Stinger site can be killed. On top of that, we also see how a Stinger site can block vision to another one,
Ready here.
Unit
and that
lost.
line of sight blockage is removed once you have
Right.
the once the building becomes a quote-unquote hole in the ground.
Everything ready here.
need a bullet barrage.
Temperature stable. Moving volatiles.
Need a transfer. What is it?
Now I could probably wait, get the Dragon Tank to repair itself, and then take out that last garrisonable structure, but thankfully they don't have anything to detect covert/stealth units.
Need a transfer.
To Does anybody else think this river is shallow?
Mission complete. All we need now is a train.
We are victorious.